Welcome to the first Halo question real-life Q&A on JKPRising. Welcome to the first official video of hopefully many more videos to come. I have questions on my phone. I will be answering questions regarding Halo, regarding real life, regarding everything else. So yeah, really quick, there's my face right here in the top one of the corners of the video. I have Deus Ex Human Revolution gameplay in the background because I'm doing a playthrough of the game, but the gameplay footage of that game will be only in this series, so it's like a walkthrough slash Q&A. Yeah. Also, there are timestamps in the description below, so if you want me to see, like, if you want to see a specific question that I do, you can skip to that question rather than just waiting for this. Rather than waiting for these big videos. A little criticism to Late Night Gaming. I love his Halo Q&As, but one thing I really wish he did would put timestamps in his descriptions, because he answers like 5+ questions that are really interesting sometimes. And I want to just see what, or just even if I don't want to skip around, I want to see like what they talk about in the video. So if you guys want to see what I talk about in the video, or if you want to skip the specific questions, you can do that. Or if you want to watch the whole thing, you can do that. This is probably going to be mostly unedited, so it's all raw. I know you guys like it that way. I like it that way too, because editing just slows me down. And yeah, so we have some questions on my phone. It is hot in here. There is no air conditioning, so I might take my shirt off. So just throwing that out there. My really muscular chest, because I've been working out a lot. Anyway, let's get into this video regarding questions. So let me find the first one. So we got a couple good questions, more than I ever thought I would get on the first video. Oh yeah, also, this is the first Q&A of many more to come, so if you have any other questions for me, if you want to throw them in down below, you can write them in this video right here. So this one, all the questions for this one will go to the second video, and then you can comment on that video and it'll go to the third one, and so on and so forth. So you guys can ask me anything. I'll mention this later on in the video. So let's get started. Also, if my camera stops recording, I'll edit it. So yeah. So the first question comes from Dylo Dude, and he asks, Q&A, by the way, I'm really bad at improving or cold reading, so I apologize up front for my horrendous improv speech. I'll probably edit this. Q&A, what would 343 do to make you interested in Halo 5? Keep up the great work, thank you. What would they do for me to get interested in Halo 5? I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be negative in these videos, but for me, the damage has been done. You know, it's cool that they released Firefight, Warzone Firefight, and the new Forge, Wreck and Forge, and this new maps. It's cool that they're doing that. It's very cool, and it's welcomed completely that they're doing that. And there's rumors now that Halo 6 is going to come out in 2016 with an expanded story. So they're doing what they should have been doing already, which is kind of a shame that we have to tell them that. But it's good that they're going back to how they used to be, which should have been obvious. But whatever, guys. I don't want to be negative, like I said. The first 7 months of Halo post-launch was horrendous. It was horrendous. It took forever for content to come out. It was bad. It was just such a long, grinding wait. And to me, that finalized my opinion on Halo 5. Meaning, they can release anything they want from now on, and it just won't matter to me. I don't really like Warzone Firefight. I don't really like the new update, because every time I play Halo 5, all I can remember is the just annoyance that I got playing the game the first 7 months. And it was so strong of an annoyance that that just negatively affects everything in the game now. So I can't really play Halo 5 again without just being pissed off at what was before. And I know that sounds kind of weird, because it's like, well, James, that happened in the past, it's no longer there. A majority of Halo 5's post-launch was bad, in my opinion. It was just, it took too long for content to come out, and the damage there was so great and was so negative. Like, I made numerous rant videos, including that infamous one where I just trash talked them for like 10 minutes. I was so angry at this game that I just can't play it anymore without having fun. And maybe I do have fun, but it's not as much fun as I had when I first bought it. So, not to sound morbid, and not to sound like, oh, fuck Halo 5, not to sound like that, but nothing can make me interested in this game. This game's over for me. It's over. I might still play it, but the damage has been done. I'm not interested anymore. And the next, Halo 6, that's what can interest me, Halo 6. So, but to answer your question anyway, bring everything back that has been cut. Everything. So all the game modes that are still not there, Firefight Offline, what else? A working theater mode. Bring back everything that is not in Halo 5 right now. I'm not going to be satisfied because it should have been there already, but at least they're doing it. So bring everything back. But I'm not going to play it. So, hopefully that answers your question. Smugglerscomedy asks, Q&A, favorite Halo weapon, vehicle, and species. Also, what is your dream Halo game? Okay, so my favorite weapon. Oh man, I have no idea. I like the energy sword. I think that's really cool. The energy swords are really cool. The energy sword. Is that it? I think the energy sword. Oh, the DMR. I love the DMR. I really like the DMR. But mainly the one from Reach, not necessarily the one from 5. The Halo Reach assault rifle, that thing's awesome looking. But if I had to pick one weapon, I'd probably the energy sword, just because it's such an iconic Halo weapon. My favorite vehicle, the Brute Chopper was really cool. I liked how creative it was. Like usually you would splatter enemies, but then this vehicle was designed to splatter other vehicles, which I thought was interesting. Very ironic. So this chopper was a very cool vehicle. Let's see. It's kind of weird, like, thinking on the spot now with the camera recording on your face. Chopper. Because now I can't think of any vehicle. The Falcon was really cool in Halo Reach. I like the Falcon. I like the Hornets. Even some Halo Wars vehicles, like the Locusts and the Hawks. So, honestly, I'd probably say, like, Halo Wars vehicles. I would love to see those in first person. That would be so awesome. To have, like, a Halo Wars first person mode. Goddamn. So... yeah, vehicles like that, I'd say, are my favorite air vehicles. They're pretty cool. The Wasp is actually kind of cool. I just wish it was stronger than it is. But they might have different variants coming out later on. My favorite species, I was a huge fan of these skirmishers from Halo Reach. I love the engineers. I love the elites. I'd say the elites, definitely. The Sanguilis are my favorite Halo Covenant species, or my favorite Halo species. My dream Halo game. I would love to see a survival horror Halo. I made a video about that a while ago. And I would love to see a role-playing game Halo, like full-on role-playing game. Like not really like Telltale, like Dragon Age, Bioshock, The Witcher, Final Fantasy. Like a full-on Halo RPG set in whenever, probably before Halo 5 timeline, maybe sometime in Harvest, sometime on Reach. And just have, like, you can customize your weapons, you can customize your armor, you can customize this, you can customize that. And this rich, in-depth, dark, gritty story. I would love that. Give me a Halo RPG. I want a Halo RPG. Yes, please. Brennan Rosas. If I butcher these names, I apologize. But Brennan asks, hey JKP, I have a problem with my friend right now. You see, every time I talk to him about something serious and personal, and he comes around saying that he doesn't understand emotions. I can't stand the fact that my friend just doesn't understand a situation I'm on. I know I can't force someone to understand emotions, but what are your thoughts on this topic? And what would you do if you were in my shoes? By the way, love your content, keep up the great work, and have a great social life. You're one of the YouTubers that keeps me motivated to socially interact with the world. Sorry for the length response. That's cool, man. Awesome. I'm happy that you're getting a kick out of whatever I produce. Okay, so your question was, and I did answer a little bit of his question before, but now I'm actually making it in a video. So talking to people that have emotional problems, or you have problems and you don't really know how to talk about it. Well, the first thing first, I mean, it's always good to get a friend to respond, but I guess it depends on the type of friends that you have. And I don't like categorizing friends like a best friend and a friend I just see at school. But you definitely, if you're going to disclose personal information, like really personal information, like I have depression, I have anxiety, or this and this happened with me, or just something serious in general, you want to talk to someone you trust. And I'm not saying that you don't trust your friend. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're going to disclose anything to somebody, make sure it's someone you really care about, or someone that really cares about you. Because people are assholes. I'm not saying your friend's an asshole, but they're out there. Also, it's not bad to get help or to look for help. Don't ever feel embarrassed to look for help, because they're there to help you out. And you know, a good example is my dad. He had stage 4 prostate cancer, and he had stage 4 since 2014. And he thought he could figure it out on his own. He thought he could get rid of cancer by himself without letting anyone know. And that would be pretty cool. And in his mind, he was probably thinking, oh, if I can figure this out without letting anyone know, then there's nothing to worry about, and I can keep going on with my life. Well, that didn't happen, obviously. My dad passed away 2 days ago from prostate cancer, and he told us last year in October of 2014 that he had stage 4, and by then it got way worse than it did. So if he told us that he had cancer in the beginning, he would still be alive today. So it's never okay. I mean, I just contradicted myself there. It's never bad to ask for help, ever. So if you're ever in a situation where if you're ever in a situation like that, it's okay to ask for help, because generally a professional that's in that field is going to have a much better response than someone that is not in that field. But if you're talking about serious situations, talk to people you care about, talk to people who care about you, it's okay to seek help, and it's okay to talk about it, definitely. Maybe look out therapy. But there are many things out there that can help you in these dark situations. I'm going to see if I can look up your question, because I didn't answer it before. Or I did enlighten on it a bit. Let's see if I can find. Here we go. Okay. So he goes on to say, well, my mom got in a car accident, and I feel like I have depression and anxiety, and I can't control, and I was hoping he would have the same connection as I do, but he doesn't get it. That's as best as I can describe it. Okay, so it seems like you have issues because of your mom's car accident. Your friend probably can't relate to you because he doesn't have anxiety or depression. And I hope he's not the type of friend that goes, well, just get over it, man. Because that doesn't work. It's depression and anxiety, especially depression, is a very... I don't know if it's a mental illness. I don't know if it's... I'm not a doctor in that field. But those are really heavy emotions. So definitely look into help. Talk to your parents about it. Talk to your friends that you trust about it. But definitely seek help. That's the #1 thing. Because once you get into a program, once you get somewhere that you're more comfortable with, like Late Night Gaming had a great example. You know, he tried to take his life, but he got help. He met people that were in his situation. He kind of clicked with his people that understood him, and he's living today much better than he was before. I was bullied a lot when I was in our elementary school, and I held an anger for 7 years. And seeking help is definitely the best option you can do, because you can have a totally better future. Look at my dad. If he came to us way sooner than he did, he would still be here. I know he would still be here. And he would be cancer-free, for a fact. Definitely confident in that. So never be afraid to ask for help. Never be afraid. And if you are afraid for asking for help, talk to your parents about it, because you've known them all your life. Or just talk to someone you really trust. And that's really all I can really say is seek help. Seek help. And it's not, don't feel embarrassed to ask for help. Never feel embarrassed. Because there's treatments out there for anxiety. There's treatments out there for depression. And they're there for a reason. They're not there because we're trying to scold you. They're there so we can help you through these experiences. I don't have anxiety. I don't have depression. So I can tell you directly that I have no idea what it's like to be in your situation. But I know of people, I have friends who have depression and anxiety, so I can semi-relate to you. I just can't relate to you personally. But I know there's things out there that can help people, and I would definitely recommend that you do the same. So hopefully that answers your question. If you have any more, feel free to let me know, and I'll definitely get back to you. Nathan Freeman asks, Q&A, after a cheap story comes to an end, what would you like to see next? I like it if it takes place 50 years or so. I would like it if it takes 50 years later or so, and the UNSC is expanding into new galaxies and new planets and species, and a new group of characters. What are your thoughts? I enjoy your channel content. It makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel comfortable, like late night gaming does, and kind of gives me inspirations. Keep up the good work. I wish I could keep up my grammar and talking skills. Thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoy whatever I make. It's weird for people to say that to me. It's like, I really enjoy your content. I'm not making fun of you. I'm not making fun of you. I'm very grateful for your comment. But it's just, I don't know, like, it's just, like, you think people watch your content just to kind of, like, I don't know, breeze or chill time. Am I making sense? To just kind of pass time or relax? But when people say that they really inspire you, I don't know, it feels great because I get inspired by others, but I never really get inspired by myself. So it's cool to see me inspiring people, or it's just cool to see positivity all around. So thank you. Yeah, man, I'm not interested in the Halo 5 story. I have no interest in Halo 5 at all. Story-wise, I really just don't care about the story. So honestly, I'm kind of like late night gaming. I'm just waiting for this one really bad story to just move aside, and then I'll wait for something brand new. Like right now, I'm really interested in just a brand new Halo story that has nothing to do with anything going on right now. Like, I'm just more interested in that. So I don't really care where it takes place. Like I said, it could be, like, the Halo universe is so big. It's so big. Like, they can make a game that takes place 200 years before Halo 5 and it would still be good. So I don't care where the game is set. Just give me a good game with good fucking characters and a good story and just good gameplay mechanics. Like, a story goes so far. Like, I think Halo 5 plays great gameplay-wise, but the story is so bad, it just ruins everything. So just make a good story. I don't care if it's first person, RTS, third person, whatever. Just make me a good story and I'll be happy. Lightsaber asks, do you like Star Wars? Also, whenever a bad pastor makes a video, don't you notice that he has a British accent when he says, hello everybody, a bad password here, or something like that, and then loses it?
Hello everybody, a bad password here. 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 And due to popular demand, I am back here on JKPRising doing another video.
I don't really know what you're talking about, but do I like Star Wars? I used to be a big Star Wars fan back when I was a kid. I loved General Grievous. I loved the prequels growing up, but I loved them as a kid growing up. Looking back on them, all three films are pretty shit in my opinion. They're just... 3's okay, but it's... Episode 2 is horrible. Oh my god. Like, they're bad. Like, they're bad made films. They're bad films. And honestly, I would not mind if someone went back and redid all three. Just redo them. All three of them suck. Like, or just they're nowhere near as good as the original trilogy and Episode 7. They're nowhere near as good as Episode 7. None of the three prequel films are as good as Episode 7. That's just a fact. It's a fact. The editing, the effects, the camera angles alone make it better than all three films. The acting, that definitely backs it up too. But the prequels are just bad, man. They're bad from a film production standpoint, from a film editing, acting, character, story standpoint. It's bad. It's bad writing. Episode 1, 2, and 3 is the Brian Reed of Halo. I don't know where I was going. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So if they redid them, I would love it if they redid them. And I think everybody in the world would be okay with that. Maybe not everybody, but like 95% of the population I think would be okay with it. So I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Again, all I care about is a good story, and if it happens to be Star Wars, cool. If it's not, whatever. I don't want to say I grew out of Star Wars, because I know a lot of people that are my age and even older that are in love with Star Wars. I don't know. I love KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, or KOTOR, Darth Revan, Darth Malak. Oh my god. I am a huge fan of the first game. Like I said, guys, give me a good story. I don't care what it is, just give me a good fucking story. I love the first KOTOR. Oh my god, I love the first KOTOR. The Star Forge, the star maps. Oh, that's such a good game. I would love to see a KOTOR 3. The Old Republic is not Knights of the Old Republic 3. It's not the same. So I would love to see a third installment. Sith Lords was good, but I thought the first one was better. Yeah, just give me a good story. I am interested in the Visual Games Dead Space Star Wars game. They made Dead Space, but they're making a Star Wars game. Give me something, Dead Space developers. Hardline was shit, okay? Hardline was garbage. So just give me a good Dead Space game or give me a Star Wars horror game. And Star Wars is cool. It's cool. Okay. Next question. Let's see what we got. So, oops. Disco Prince 906 or 906 asks, and he has 3 questions. So, number 1. Isn't it weird how in Halo 4 Prometheans have shielding, but in Halo 5 they have armor like brutes? I mean, I think it's more of a gameplay design than anything else. I did like fighting the Knights more in Halo 5. That's one thing I really liked about the Knights, is that they were just creative. You had to like knock off both sides of their armor, then go for them. And then in Halo 4, it's just shoot them till they die. I don't know. I thought the Knights in Halo 4 were harder to kill, but I thought the Knights in Halo 5... Actually, I don't know, because the Warzone Firefight Knights are like a bitch, but I feel like they're just like artificially difficult. Like, they're so difficult, it's not the fact that they're difficult, they're just bullshit. In Halo 4, they were difficult, and you could still kill them even though that they were hard to kill. So, which Prometheus did I like fighting more? I guess I liked the AI more in Halo 4, but I liked the gameplay designs more in Halo 5. So, number 2. In the future, do you think they should make a spin-off game like a Lone Spartan on Harvest and gameplay including multiplayer that has a longer kill time, takes longer for you to die by 2 to 3.5 seconds, and slower movement like old Halo games or old games? No sprint, and keep clamber but make it slower by 20%. Regarding Harvest, like I said, just give me a good Halo game. It can be set anywhere. Just give me a good story. And then the no sprint or like longer kill times. So this also goes into Halo 6 and any other Halo game multiplayer-wise. Have everything in there. You know, I think there's a very simple solution to sprint, but this could actually make it a bit. This could make it harder. So, some people like sprint, some people hate sprint. Why not have both? That way, instead of limiting one audience, or limiting this audience, you have 2 audiences that are happy. One plays Halo 6 or whatever Halo game without sprint, and one plays Halo whatever without or with sprint. Now, if you look at Halo 5 and like Halo 3, the maps in Halo 5 are much bigger to accumulate sprint, and the maps in Halo 3 are much smaller because there is no sprint. So the gameplay does change a lot with sprint added. So either Microsoft and FIFA 3 find a way to make it to where sprint just doesn't add much differences besides running around to the game, or they technically just make 2 completely different games. I don't know how that would work. I might make a video on that, like Halo 6 playing 2 different ways. I mean, that does add diversity. It adds more, I guess, options to the game, which is definitely good. But if it gets to the point where the game plays a completely different way without sprint or with sprint, I don't know if that's really the right way to go about. Maybe it is. But I always think that they should have an option with and without sprint. You know, the games will play different with or without the game mode, or with or without the game feature. So, I would say have it with or without. Have the option to have it with or without. Never have an option with just sprint or without sprint. I think taking out sprint at this point would be a bad idea. Just leave it in, but also have a game mode where it's out of the game mode. So have both. Don't just have one or the other. Have both. Have with and without. And then his third question was, do you think that in the future they should God damn it. Do you think in the future they should make it to where you can where you can't one-hit melee someone through their shields unless their shield is like 20% and even 1%, and your melee is delivered on their head, allowing a headshot melee mechanic into the game, but only works if the enemy shields are low enough to do so. By the way, have a great day. Thank you. You have a great day too. I thought Halo 2 did meleeing the best, because back then you could like melee them with any gun except the brute shot. The brute shot was a one-hit knockout. Like if you punch them with the brute shot, their shields would get knocked out, and if you knock them out again, they would die. But I think other weapons, it like knocked out like a quarter of their shields, and it wasn't just an instant melee knocks out your shields. I hated that in Halo games. Like they would punch you twice and it would just kill you. I fucking hated that mechanic. I would love it if they went back to Halo 2 where like if they punch you with your battle rifle, like one half of your shields get knocked out and not your entire shields get knocked out. To me that just makes more sense. Like what, is a fucking battle rifle gonna knock out a Spartan shields? I know it's a Spartan who's slamming the battle rifle really hard into the other person because he's a Spartan, but I would like it if they just added a bit more complex mechanics to the shielding meleeing system, because that would eliminate double beatdowns, or it would just enable kids to punch you 5 times really quick. I think that would be a better option though, to have fragmented shielding versus just one hit, your shields go down, and then another hit, you die. I mean, double punching I think for the most part has been eliminated in Halo, but still I don't like how it just takes out your shields instantly. It's like a last resort. I do it all the time, but yeah. So that's my response. Guilty Spark asks, are you my dad? No, I'm not, and if I was, well, ask your mom. I don't think I am, though. I fucked 11, 12 girls so far in my life, so if you happen to, if your mom happens to be one of them, then you must be like, yeah, ask her. Ask your mom. I can't fucking talk. Michael Dolnick asks, hey James, what other kind of content do you think you'll be posting, and hope the book is going good? So if you guys don't know, I'm running a Noble 6 book, a Halo book called Halo Claywire, which tells the events after Halo Reach on how Noble 6 lives and his story. It's a what-if story, because it's not canon, because I'm writing it obviously, but it's a long-term goal. I think when I announced the book, I kind of made it like, oh guys, I'm writing a book right now. I'm not writing it right now. It's just it's a long-term goal that I want to do. In the future, I want to write a book about Noble 6 on how he lives as a what-if story. What if Noble 6 lived Reach, and if he did live Reach, here's what happens. Yeah, so I do have ideas for the book, but it's a long-term goal, so it's not a goal that I'm trying to go at right now. But in the future, I would love to continue working on it, and actually working on it. I do have ideas in my head on where I want to take it, but it's a long-term goal, nothing that I'm getting at to right now. But if I do, I'll let you guys know. But it is going to happen. It is going to happen. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm going to make it and I never make it. It's coming. It's just nothing that's coming up right now. But it does exist in my head. And what other content do I want to make? Well, I'm very interested in Halo games. Not Halo 5, but I'm interested in other Halo games. So I want to make a couple videos on Halo 3 Anniversary, like a wish list on what I want to see in that game. I want to make a video on what Halo 3 ODST got right, like what was really good that they did in ODST that I think other Halo games should carry on. I want to make a video. I want to make a video possibly about some of my favorite Halo tracks and just make more Halo music videos. So a lot of Halo, a lot of older Halo stuff I want to make. Maybe some videos on Reach, some stuff like that. Other games in general, I'm very interested in Deus Ex Human Revolution, which is what's playing on right now. I want to do some videos on Mankind Divided. That's a game that I'm very much looking forward to. I might do other games like on Titanfall 2. I don't really know. But definitely older Halo games and at least Deus Ex content here and there. But a lot of you guys love Halo. I love Halo still. So I will continue to post Halo content. That will be probably the majority of what goes on this channel is Halo stuff. But every so often, there will be other content like Deus Ex. And maybe One Piece. Maybe One Piece. But it will come naturally. It will come naturally. So, but yeah, One Piece, Deus Ex, maybe other stuff, but definitely Halo still. Gamesmature asks, he has 3 questions, or she, I don't know your gender, apologize. Number 1, what other games do you play besides Halo? I love Deus Ex, I like Super Meat Boy, I like Castle Crashers, I like Ori and the Blind Forest, I like Final Fantasy, I might get into Battlefield 1, don't really know. I want to get into Titanfall 2, Record looks pretty cool, it's people who made Metroid, I love Metroid by the way. I would love to play a Metroid game coming up on NX or 3DS that's not Federation Force. What else do I like? Mech Assault from back in the Xbox days, Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf. What else? Far Cry, I love Dead Space. I love the Dead Space series, which is funny because I'm not a big survival horror fan. I love Final Fantasy. Yeah, stuff like that. I'm a very picky gamer, so I don't really like Metal Gear, I don't really like Mass Effect, I don't really like stuff like that. I love BioShock, so you can just, I'm a very picky gamer, so. And there's some games out there that I haven't played yet that I want to play, like Dishonored. I haven't played Dishonored yet. I haven't played the BioShock Infinite DLC, which I heard was really good. There's a lot of stuff that I have yet to play. But that's a little, I guess, sneak peek of what I like to play. How is your father doing? Unfortunately, he passed away two days ago, but he's no longer suffering, so hopefully he's in a better place, wherever that place may be. And then, do you plan on doing any more giveaways? I would love to when I'm rich, or richer. When I did the Halo 5 giveaways, I had a full-time job and I was getting like a lot of money in every 2 weeks, so I was able to do those giveaways. Now I have a job, but it's not as demanding, and I have a goal in mind. Right now I'm saving up. I'll talk about that later on, because there's a question at the end that makes me talk about that again. So, GaryTheNeutral asks, Q&A, how was making Deus Ex Machina Episode 9, Act 5 back when you, oh god damn it, back when you were GrievousRocks? Also, what do you think of Arbiter's role and character in Halo 5's campaign narrative compared to 2 and 3? I'll get into the Halo 5 thing really quick. Obviously I don't like the story. I didn't like it, man. Arbiter in Halo 2 was the shit, okay? He was awesome. I loved his story. I loved that you played as him. And then in Halo 3, they played it safe and they didn't go back to that story. They did, but you didn't play as the Arbiter unless you're a second player, but it wasn't the same fucking thing. He was just such a really cool character in Halo 2 and 3. But, you know, that's probably what he had to do. Like, he felt betrayed. He wanted to get revenge. So his story was very fresh in 2 and 3. And he was really trying to fight for that story. In Halo 5, he's just kind of there. Like, he doesn't have to be there. There's no big reason for him to be there. He's just kind of there. So he's not really into it like he was in 2 and 3. And that really shows. Plus, you know, the dialogue and the scripting, that also affects the whole thing. So I hope he has more of a presence in Halo 6. I would love to see him. Because like Halo 2 and 3, it was personal. You know, he did this because it was personal. It meant more. And in Halo 5, he's just kind of do it because he needs to, or because he has to, or because the script tells him he has to. So a much more richer, in-depth, I don't know why I'm doing this, a much more richer, in-depth story with the Arbiter is what it was like in 2, and it was kind of finished in 3 on the sidelines. So if you got to play as Arbiter again, that would be cool. So I would love more personal involvement like he was in the original trilogy versus how it was in 5. Deus Ex Machina. If you guys don't know, I had a YouTube channel called GrievousRocks. It's still up on YouTube. You can go look it up. Back in 2008. And I used to do all types of stuff like Metroid Prime playthroughs and TAC and TAC 2 Stack of Dreams. I did Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I did a lot of walkthroughs back then. I did One Piece Unlimited Adventure. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Ah, man, I remember back then uploading Metroid Prime 2 and One Piece Unlimited Adventure like simultaneously in the same day, and I had like 30 parts of each or I had like 15 parts of each game. Oh, that was cool. That was so much fun. And there were like live commentaries. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. But back in the day, John T.J. Graham canceled Deus Ex Machina and he didn't continue it. And I didn't want to wait, so I actually made my own version. And hoping that while I made my version, John would get around to his version, which he never did. But my version of Deus Ex Machina does still exist. I have files of it on an external hard drive. They're no longer on YouTube, so I had to take it down through copyright reasons to become a partnership with Machinima, which I highly regret. Don't do. Or I don't regret it, but, you know, Machinima they started out great and they turned really shitty. So the experience in the beginning was great. By the end of it, it wasn't really worth it anymore. But in the beginning, it was worth it. So, I loved making Deus Ex Machina back in the day. My scripting back, you know, like this was back in 2009. So this is 7 years ago. For the most part, my version, like my Act 5, the story for the most part was just garbage. It was bad. Like my Act 5, story-wise, was fucking horrible, man. The only thing I really liked out of making it were the fight scenes. I went all out with the fight scenes, okay? I had like a free fall fight. I might release the episodes. If you guys are interested in seeing Deus Ex Machina Act 5, my Act 5, my machinima that I made back in 2009 in Halo 3, if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know, because I have them. I still have the files, and I will upload them, even if it's like cringy, but I will upload them. But dude, the fight scenes in that, I am so proud of the fight scenes that I made, because they were so crazy and just out there. They were fucking insane on what I did. I did a lot of, yeah, the fight scenes were so fun to make. They were so hard to make. But like that free fall fight, there's a free fall fight in the episode, or like in Act 5 that I made, where it's John and Patrick and they're falling. It's like a 3.5 minute fight scene of them just constantly falling, and they're fighting as they're in free fall. It's so cool. And it's a reference to Metroid Prime 3 where Samus and Ridley are falling in the shaft. And it has even the Metroid Prime Ridley music, and it's cool, man. It's cool. So if you guys want to see it, yeah, I still have it. If you want to see it, let me know, and I will upload it to my YouTube channel. Okay. So overall, I had a fun time making it. It was a fun experience. The story I made was really bad, but the overall experience with the fight scenes and just it made me a better machinimator. So I had a lot of fun back then. Big project. It was like 2 hours long, but yeah, if you guys are interested in that series, if you want to see it, let me know. I will upload it. A random elite asks, Q&A, what car do you drive, and what is your favorite Halo 5 Warzone boss? I have a Volkswagen Golf, which runs on diesel fuel. I cannot pick up girls in that car, but I can pick up a crap ton of gas mileage, and I'm more into that for that car. And then I have a 2006 Chrysler Crossfire Red Coupe. It does not run on diesel, it runs on premium or ultimate or supreme gas. And I can totally pick up girls in that car, and that car is badass. And that is the last car that my dad gave to me. So in a way, my dad lives on in that car, so it definitely means more to me than just a sports car. And then what's my favorite Halo 5 Warzone boss? I want to answer the question and not just say none. You know, I'm going to say Warden Eternal. I know it's a fucking horrible answer, but I don't really like any boss. Actually, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't like any boss. I'm sorry. Okay. The mustard guy asks Q&A. He has 4 questions. Okay. Number 1. What do you think of the Forerunner's art style? Because I feel like since Halo 3 has taken over, the art style doesn't look even close to the original art style of Halo 1, 2, and 3. Like the Phaeton, for example. Could you see that in the Halo 3? Or something like that would look ridiculous. Yeah, the art style for Halo 5 is not that great. Where the fuck are the awesome skyboxes, man? Like, they're not there anymore. Like, you look at Halo 3 and Halo Reach especially, and even Halo 3 ODST, like during the Mombasa streets, the environments and the skyboxes look gorgeous, especially in Halo 3 ODST and in Halo Reach. The skyboxes are beautiful, and like I noticed this especially like in the 15th mission of Halo 5 when you're Master Chief and you're trying to get to Cortana. Like, the epic music is playing, and like you're doing epic things, but you just look in the background and it's just like nothing is really going on. It's kind of boring background. So I don't know, like, the art style is just not there. It's not like, I don't really care about what's going on in the game. It's like, oh yeah, what's going on? It's just, yeah, there's not much happening in the background, and it kind of makes what's going on in the foreground not as exciting. So I agree with you, man. The art style is not that great. I thought the Halo 3 art style, the Halo 4 art style was better. The Halo 4 art style was like crazy sci-fi, but it was at least something. The Halo 5 art style is just kind of bland and bleh. So, yeah, I don't like the art style. I hope they get a new guy to make it look better. His second question is there a chance of the Flood returning because you saw the Halo ring in the legendary ending of Halo 5? Maybe there could be Flood samples of that, like on Installation 04, and there is still maybe a Flood infection on the Spirit of Fire. Yeah, I hope the Flood comes back. I think that's one thing we all really want to see come back. The Flood have not been in a Halo game since Halo 3. Technically Halo Wars came out in 2009, but in the main Halo games, Halo 3. I would love to see the Flood come back. Will they come back in Halo 6? I think it's more than likely they're going to come back in Halo 6. They're either going to come back in Halo 2, or in Halo Wars 2, or in Halo 6, or both. But I do think they're coming back, and I hope they come back, and I would love to fight them and have like a Warzone, or have like a firefight Flood. That'd be cool, or have like a fraction as you play as the Flood in Halo Wars 2. That would be awesome. So I really hope they come back, because they're long overdue. Their return is long overdue. His third question is, I am a little bit disappointed in the Forerunners because in Halo 1, 2, and 3, the Forerunners were very mysterious. You didn't know much about them, but now the UNSC just knows everything about the Forerunners, and they can do everything with it. I do agree with that. Like the Janiski story arc, which is kind of funny how they kind of dropped that. It's like, are they going to pick that story back up? Because now they know where all the Forerunner tech is, but now Cortana's controlling the world, so it doesn't even fucking matter anymore. And maybe they'll destroy the Janiski. And it's like retconning that idea. It's like, oh yeah, that was a bad idea. Let's destroy the Janiski. Now they go back to how they were before. And it's like, okay. Yeah, they were very mysterious. I did like in Halo 4 how they really dived into it. Like, they showed you a lot about the Forerunners, which was cool. But now in Halo 5, it's not even really about the Forerunners anymore. It's just about Cortana. Yeah. So, I'm going to keep repeating myself. I just want a good story. If it's set in the Forerunner world, if it's set in the Flood world, in the Covenant world, wherever, just give me a good story. That's all I care about. And his fourth question is, actually, no, going back to that other question, I do like how they were more mysterious, but I do like in Halo 4 how they were expanded on, because the story was good. So, his fourth question is, the UNSC are so powerful in Halo 4 and 5. They have too much power, too many Spartans and stuff, because I feel like the Covenant and Forerunners are not really a threat anymore. What do you think about this? Yeah, well, you know, now the Forerunners are going to be a threat, at least with Cortana and the Guardians and the Prometheans or whatever. Yeah, the UNSC are definitely overkill. But, you know, one cool idea that I think is interesting now is, someone mentioned this, I don't know who mentioned it, but they said that now that Cortana's taking over the galaxy, the UNSC and Covenant might have to resort to older tech. So maybe we'll see older guns from like Halo 2 and Halo 3 and like those models back then. I think that's a very interesting idea, and I think that would be great. That's a great excuse to bring back all the older vehicles, and I would love to see that. That's a very fascinating idea to me. And I hope that's what happens. That would be very cool to see that happening. Like seeing Chief holding a DMR from Halo Reach, but also holding an assault rifle from Halo 1. Like, actually, I don't even know if the Halo 1, if the Halo 1 assault rifle will come back. It kind of comes back in Halo 5 with the extended magazine, but, or like the Halo 1 pistol. Oh my god. That would be really cool, though, to see older tech come back. I would really enjoy that. But yeah, the UNSC are very powerful, but they're not really powerful anymore because Cortana controls everything. But they were they definitely were overkill, and I think that they should kind of tone that down. But I don't know, maybe some bigger threat will come along and kick the UNSC's ass. We will see. I would love to see a game where we take down Oni. That would be cool. Okay, and then he says, love your channel. And I'm sorry for the spelling, I'm Dutch. It's cool, man. Thank you for the comment. And the last question is, the Anamator asks, what made you want to make Rain? And how much of the original voice actors are going to be in Series 3? Rain Series 3 is on hiatus because I don't want to keep recasting actors. Rain Series 3 is a free project. No one's getting paid in this show. It's all done out of the enjoyment of myself. And a lot of people are busy, like me. I'm very busy now. I have a little bit more free time because now my dad's no longer here with us, so all that stress with taking care of him is no longer present, which is nice. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm happy my dad passed away. I always got to throw that disclaimer out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the stress involved with him is now gone. And he's in a better place, wherever that may be. Or he's no longer suffering. So I have a little bit more free time now with that. But, or I guess that, my time was taken up a lot because of that, but now that he's no longer here, I can do more things. But I have school, I have a job, and I do other things. So the series is on hiatus because, one, I take too damn long to get a fucking episode out, but for the longest time I've been dealing with recasting, and I did that in Series 2. I had to recast the character of Ted, and I never wanted to recast a character during the show. I think that breaks the immersion, that breaks the reality of the show. It just fucks it up a little bit. Even if the characters don't recognize the voice change, which they don't, obviously, but it ruins the experience for me to recast midway through the show. So to avoid any recasts, I have decided to pay my voice actors. Not that I never mind doing that, I just couldn't because I had so many actors and I wasn't financially stable back then. And I just never put two and two together. But now, if I want to have a congruent, if I want to have a consecutive, if I want to have a cast that is the same, that never leaves, or is very consistent, I feel like paying my voice actors is the best option. And I don't mind paying my voice actors because I have some fucking amazing voice actors that deserve to be paid because they do a damn good job. And that's an incentive, hopefully, for them to keep doing the show. It's no longer, oh, it's a show that I do for fun and I'll do it whenever I have free time, and you know how busy lives can be. That can get in the way completely and nothing ever happens. But if they're getting paid to do it, that can hopefully give them the extra push to keep wanting to do it. So I'm saving up money right now for three things. One is for my personal life, obviously, for food, water, for other shit. That's obvious. That's for everybody, right? Everyone does that. But it's also for two things. Next summer, I would like to move out and go for my bachelor's in film. But I also want to move out and just live on my own and be more independent. So I'm saving up money for that. And the third thing I'm saving up money for is for Reign Series 3. I'm saving up money for a budget for that show so I can actually pay my voice actors to do the lines and then get the show out and maybe get other things for the show. But yeah, man, Reign Series 3 is it's a project that I'm losing money on. I'm only doing it for fun. The music that I use in the show is licensed, so I buy a license from a royalty-free website to use that track in my video. I don't buy the license to make money off of the track in the video, because if you want to do that, it's called an unlimited license. So one song, if you want to buy a license to use it in your video, just to use it, whatever, and not make any money off of it, it's about 19 bucks for one song. Now, if you want to buy the song and make money off of it, you got to buy an extended or unlimited license, and that can range between 100 bucks to 300 bucks for one song. And I have over 60 tracks in the Reign Series 3 soundtrack that has been bought through royalty-free sites. So we're talking at least $6,000. Which is a lot. So I have no interest to make money off of Reign Series 3. I'm just interested in making a show that I enjoy making to tell a good story. That's all I care about. And I'm losing money on the show, but I don't care because the experience is worth that investment. So I just want you guys to know how much money is already being poured into the show. Just by buying a license to use the track in the videos, I've already spent like at least 600 bucks. Base 600 bucks. So it's expensive, and if I want to have a cast that doesn't leave, or just a consecutive reoccurring cast, I want to pay them. That way they stick around longer, and yeah, and it's professional. It's the right thing to do, and they deserve it. I have no problem paying my voice actors. I just need to be able to afford it. So I'm currently saving up money right now to do that. That way I can release episodes in the future where I have the same characters, the same cast, and it's not different voices. Obviously life gets in the way, but for the most part, if you're being paid to do something, and if you enjoy it, hopefully it will be more of an incentive to stick with the show. So I'm saving up money right now to do that, which is why the show hasn't come out yet. Also, I've been thinking about doing a Tom Raines special. I may not do it though, because I don't want to release filler. Because right now, the show is stuck in the third season, and all the story elements are coming into the third season. So if I release like some special, and if I don't want to release, like if I don't want to, because there was originally going to be a Tom Raines episode in Series 3, which is going to be in Episode 5 or Segment 5. The 5th segment of Series 2 was going to be a Tom Raines only episode. So if I want to make a Tom Raines special, I can't just skip episodes 2 through 4 in Series 3. So if I make a special right now, then I'm going to be revealing spoilers that happen later on in Season 3, and I don't want to do that. So what can I release? Like, is it going to be filler? Just like teasing at what's to come, which is, I guess, filler? Like, I don't want to release filler. And I don't want to release a brand new story that has nothing to do with Series 3, because then it's like another big project that I have to work on. So I was thinking of doing a Tom Raines special, but I don't know if I can make it without it being filler. And I don't want to make a filler episode. I feel like I'm just wasting my time. It's like, why would you make this when you could just be making the third season with the actual story elements? So I was thinking of doing a Tori Kamal Tom Raines special. Tori Kamal's the voice actor. I don't think I'm going to do it though, because of the filler, and just it's another big project that I would have to do when I could just save up money and just make the third season. I'm not canceling the show. I love Reign. I love Reign, but I fucking hate recasting actors. We all have lives, I understand that, but I fucking hate recasting people. And I really think paying my voice actors at this point is the best way to avoid that issue. And I don't mind doing it, I just need to have money to do it, so I'm saving up money right now to do it. So that's what's going on with Reign Series 3. In terms of the actors, the original actors being in the third season, Just me and Tori Kamal. Tori Kamal voices Leo Busan, who's the French guy, and the main character, Tom Raines. Every other character is either going to be new or recasted because that's just how it is right now. By the way, Tori Kamal, I want to say this right now. Out of all the voice actors I've encountered in my life, and I'm not trying to trash talk other voice actors, Tori Kamal has been so consistent with me. I've been blown away by how good he's been to me. He's been overwhelmingly positive, overwhelmingly helpful. He's always responded to my emails. He always lets me know what's going on. He's very responsible. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Tori Kamal. If you guys are looking for a voice actor, this guy has a job. He has a wife. He has things to do. He's an adult. He's a teacher. He has so much real-world life stuff going on, but he still finds some time to record lines for a free project. So Tori Kamal is fucking awesome. I'll send him an email asking if I can leave his email in the description. If you guys are looking for a voice actor for anything, it could be a machinima, it could be anything. If you guys are looking for voice acting, look up Tori Kamal. I'll leave his email in the description. I'm sure he'll be okay with me doing it, but I'll definitely send him a message asking if it's okay. He's an amazing voice actor, and if you guys are looking for a really good voice actor, look no further. This guy, he's committed. He won't screw you over. He's very consistent. So look into Tori Kamal. And that is it. That is the first official Q&A on my channel. Once again, if you guys have any questions regarding me, regarding my personal life, regarding Halo, regarding anything else, I don't want to limit this to just Halo. If you guys have any questions, leave them in this video below, and I will answer those questions for the next Q&A. I'll also try to get maybe some guests on here, and then we can do some live Q&A guest stuff. But I would love to keep this series going. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to do. Stay positive, people. Once again, any questions, leave them below, and I will open-mindedly answer them, and I'll try to help you guys out. This is something I would love to do every so often. This was a lot of recording to do, so this is going to be a lot of editing to do, because with all the other stuff that I got to put together. But thank you guys for watching. My name is James of JKPRising. Stay positive, and thank you so much for the questions. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the support regarding my dad. And I will see you guys later on in the next video. Stay tuned. Have a great day. Peace out.